Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. It is Tier 5. It is the Breakout Racing League. And we are back at Spa. Just 2 divisions to go before the well-deserved break week. Slight change in commentary late on with about 45 minutes to go until qualifying starts. It is myself, T.S. Leclerc, making a comeback to the commentary box as host. And once again, I am joined by Dom the Noodle. How are we feeling this evening, Dom?
Excited and nervous. I mean, we've got this race now, and then I've got my race in just a few hours' time. So tension is running high, my end. But this will help me just sort of chill out a little bit before my race starts.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is currently dry. A lot drier than the weather we have over here in the UK. Hopefully it stays that way for our Tier 5 drivers this evening. And there are 14 drivers here this evening. So I'll hand over to Dom quickly as we take a look at the standings. Dom, over to you.
Yeah, so the standings are pretty close but yet far all at the same time. So there's 164 points that split P1 and P17 in the standings. Money Husted has 165 points. Not far behind is Marlon Kanga with 15, and Ian closely follows up in the Ferrari with 127 points. The ones to watch tonight will be, I'm just going to make sure they're all in tonight for once. 1, 2, and I need to find Stig. I cannot find Stig. I don't know if Stig is racing tonight or not. But if not, those would be the ones to watch because TS Signs, OMG Ronnie, and TRL Stig are all on even points tonight going into this race. So if all of them were to be racing and to finish in the points, no matter where they finish, that would then split them for the first time in a while. So yeah, a lot of action could happen into the break this week. When it comes to the constructors standings, the only real teams that can make a move tonight will be AlphaTauri, Williams, Haas, Red Bull, Racing Point, Renault, I believe.
So the majority of the teams.
Yeah, pretty much. Alfa Romeo are full 114 points behind McLaren. McLaren are 64 behind Ferrari, and Mercedes are 34 behind Renault. So basically, everywhere from P4 down could move up a place tonight if their team do well. So fingers crossed we get to see some awesome driving.
Yeah, hopefully so. And it was very entertaining the other night. I can't quite remember what tier we done. No, it was tier 4, wasn't it? It was tier 4.
Yeah, because it was not long after your race.
Yeah, right, we are on board with Money Husted in the Ferrari, braking hard for the Saws into first gear to get the nose turned in and short shifting up into third on exit. Now it's flat out all the way through Eau Rouge. Nice. Radion seems to lose a little bit of speed there. Keeping it tight and easing it across the track for the braking zone for the Lake chicane. Put the lap data on as well. Short shift from 5th into 6th. Now tricky braking zone. Using second gear.
Sector 1 for Money Husted was a 29.9.
Very nice exit from No Name Now P1. Slight comfort lift. Maybe shifted a bit too early into 8th there. But we'll see how the Ferrari driver does in Sector 2. We'll give you the split time very shortly. Now into the first part of Stavelot.
Sector 2
114.1.
44.227.
So once again it's flat out through Blanchimont. All the way up until the bus stop chicane. He's running very low on energy. Just after the 100 metre ball, braking hard into first gear again. The Ferrari driver. And short shifting back up into the DRS Open narrow line. It is a 1:42.326. Now,
Yeah, 28.1 as the third sector. So pretty fast lap. That scary enough for myself.
so Ronnie, a few tenths behind the Ferrari driver with a 42.6. Let's have a look what Tito can do. It's a 42.9. So 3 tenths separated. They're very close as well. Exactly 6 tenths between Money Hustard and Tito. Now the Renault of Ships, let's see what he can do, and it's a 43.2, another 3 tenths, so they're very close here. What can Larson Fan do is in between Ronnie and Tito with a 42.7. As Shredders, that must be a banker lap as Kieran starts his lap. He's already done one.
Cakeman next across the line. 42.9. Oh, that's close.
That is...
What's that?
Marlon with a 43.0 on the medium tyres. Redeemer is across the line. That's for his first flying lap.
Phantom has died.
That's at the top of the hill. Yeah, that's not great for the AlphaTauri driver. So BRL Phantom out before the 6-minute mark in this qualifying session.
Oh yeah,
As we
exactly with, well, I don't need to say his name, but we know who I'm on about.
Yeah, unfortunately. I don't really know who to go on board with. I'll stay on board with the McLaren of Marlon for now.
Yeah, Harry Jack's on the lap. Harry Jock is on the lap. And I believe Redeemer is too, but yeah, Redeemer's just a bit further forward.
So we'll go on board with Redeemer in the McLaren. Fourth gear for the first part of Stavaro. Looking smooth. It's 1:14.8 currently. So we will jump on board with Big Hairy Jock after this lap.
I believe.
Only reaching 201 miles an hour there, Redeemer. It's not. It's a little bit slower than what we've seen so far. DRS Open taking the narrow onto the line, and it is a 1:43.2. Let's see what Jock can do, and it's a 43.4 on the medium tyre. Second fastest medium runner so far. Oh! That is really bad timing for TES Science as I jump on board with him. He's in the wall at the top of the hill. Not what the Renault driver would have wanted.
Our favourite Australian, what would we do without him? To be fair, he did say to me before we jumped in this party together, just watch to the top of Radion, because I can guarantee you I'm going to end up in the wall.
That is confirmed already. He's very lucky not to rip his whole car apart, really. Is the Australian Renault driver.
Well, I mean, Phantom done pretty much the exact same thing and did rip his car apart, so...
Exactly. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Those that have just joined us, we have already lost BRL Phantom from this qualifying session. We are at Spa for Tier 5 of the Breakout Racing League. My name is TES Leclerc, and with me is Dom the Noodle.
Yeah, might as well bring up the stream chat whilst I'm here. Yeah, Sainz is definitely going to have to come in to replace that front wing. He's missing a hefty chunk of it. Not just the right end plate, but it's like the right fins as well. And the majority of them, he's quite lucky he didn't lose the whole front wing, because that would have made it feel like a tugboat.
Yeah, so once again, we are currently on BRL Bottle Job. Be here. Yeah, well, you said it, Phantom, not me. jump on board with the current pole sitter. He took a very wide line with the second part of bus stop. Let's see what the man on pole can currently do with his Scuderia Ferrari. On the run down towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Seems a bit quicker through there this time.
Yeah, to be fair, at this point, I think there's no doubt that Money Husted is really running away with the lead. RV mate, do you know what? Between the end of this race and the start of the next race, I can guarantee you I'm going to dig into a pot noodle, 100%. But yeah, no, I can guarantee. There's no doubt that Money Hustle's walked away with this lead. He is ridiculously quick, and I don't think many people could catch him from here. Obviously, the top three are still within range, but I mean, if the pace gets much faster here, it could just be a wipeout, and then the points just keep piling on. I'd say next week we'll could cement it, but I mean, we're not racing next week. We have a week break. However, we will be back the week after.
Yes, we will, and we're heading to Monza, I believe, and as you saw in the top right-hand corner, Money Husted was 1,000th off of being 4 tenths up. Let's see what the Ferrari driver can do. It is a 41.9, an improvement of about 3.5 tenths. Kieran Evans is on an outlap. He's currently on a 1:42.7, and Larson fan has spun it at the top of the hill. He's kept it out of the wall, so that's good.
Yeah, Ronnie was out on the fast lap as well and invalidated coming out of No Name. Do you know what?
Shifts.
I haven't had confirmation as to whether Treek's got a quali ban. We'll see if I can get
I'm not too sure.
Because obviously if we haven't been given that information, but we should have been given that information, then...
In our defence, we knew we were doing this 45 minutes before qualifying started, so we didn't have much time to prepare, as Marlon does come into the pits. Redeemer is about to start his lap, but Tito did improve by 32 thousandths of a second, but wasn't enough, as Hungry Caveman with a 42.5, exactly 6 tenths off of the current pole position.
I'm gonna have to close my Discord because apparently I'm not connected to the internet on Discord. Yeah, I know for a fact my phone is connected to the internet. Also, for a second then it got really dark out on track. It must have just been a cloud that covered the sun, but it did look slightly concerning.
We are on board with the Renault driver of TES Science as he's on the soft tyres with 5 minutes to go. Second gear for the Saws. Ronnie staying well out of the way. That's good sportsmanship there. Let's see how he gets on the run through Eau Rouge and Radion. He's held it well. The car did start to go. I was just letting people hear the car, it's fine.
Oh, was that the Ferrari by chance?
No, it was the Renault. We're on board with TES Science currently. Going through No Name. Probably still getting used to his setup. Through Pouon. He's kept it in 8th gear then, that's interesting from the Australian. Currently P12, no time set.
I mean, I can see as to why he would, because I mean there is a lot more torque at that bottom end of the rev range, and that's really what you need to be extending the power for as long as possible. But I mean,
there is confirmation by Phantom in the chat. Tweak does have a qualifying ban, so that is why he's not out at the moment.
okay, but he does know that he will have to go out and come back into set Parc Ferme, right?
I'd imagine so. It is a 1:43.048 for T Sainz. 0.003 of a second behind Marlon.
Well, hey, gifted subs to certain channels. If he doesn't know, it would be nice for someone to tell him that I can watch him and make sure he doesn't do a lap. That's a pretty decent lap time. In fact, that's 0.003 of a second slower than Marlon.
I did say that.
Yeah, I was sort of disco things out.
We are on board with Ronnie as he powers out of the Lacombe chicane into, what I think's probably the hardest corner at Spa.
Oh, that is cheeky. So obviously Redeemer's on his outlap and slowed right down on, what's the name of the straight? What is the name of that straight?
Camel.
Yeah, that's the one. He slowed right down on the Camel straight to let his teammate get a drag from him, and a nice little toe, and it worked. It's cheeky. I like it.
Ronnie has gone purple in sector 2. Tweak, you can do an outlap, just come back into the pits and then retire. That's usually how I deal with quali bans and stuff like that. I don't know what it is in BRL, but
yeah, I believe it's run out. I can watch you, make sure you don't do a lap, but oh,
Ronnie to the line. It's P2 1:42.5, 0.006 of a second quicker.
but yeah, Tweak, if you go out and then come back into the pits, I can watch you, make sure.
As Marlon goes P2 1:42.053, extremely close to that 41.9 of Money Hustard. Obviously Redeemer has just started a lap. We're watching Shredder as he wants to bring that time down. Big Hairy Jock has retired from the session. He's happy where he is. And Shredder is 2.5 seconds down. He really doesn't have much ERS here. Oh, and he's lagging all over the place.
There's enough time if you go now, Tweak, but you have to go now.
Shifts is on an outlap as well as Tito. Larson fan is coming up to Blanchimont. Sainz is
Tweaking
done.
might not have
20
a setup.
seconds left.
If they're not dropping Tweaking's car to send him out to do a Parc Ferme lock-in.
Larson comes in. Shifts has just started a flying lap. That is the checkered flag out.
So BRL Phantom crashed out. Tweaking didn't go out to set his Parc Ferme.
Fuel warning light is on for Hungry Caveman in the Alfa Romeo. Very slow through Blanchimont.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, what happens is you go out, you set a lap, you don't even set a lap time, you just go out so that it locks Parc Ferme in place so that you are locked to that setup. And then you come back in, you don't even go past the start finish line, you just go straight out, come out of the pit lane, go around, come back into the pit lane and tyre the car.
on board with Kieran Evans, who is on his final flying lap before the checkered flag. See what the Haas driver can do. Around the bus stop nicely there. Blast towards the line. DRS open. Kieran improves to be 1:42.4. What about Tito? Stays 8th. How about shifts in the Renault? Currently P10. He does improve to P4.
Wow.
4 shifts there. Incredible amount of time found on that final flying lap. But that is qualifying over for Tier 5 here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Money Hustard in the Ferrari on pole position with a 1:41.9. Marlon Kanga in McLaren P2. Alongside his teammate LDR Redeemer. Shifts in the Renault 1:42.4 starts on the second row of the grid alongside Kieran Evans 9:64 for Haas. Third row of the grid is OMG Ronnie 18 for Racing Point and Hungry Caveman 23 in Alfa Romeo. Larson Fan in the second Racing Point car is P8. Tito says hello in the Williams 1:42.794 is P9. TES Sainz, the Australian in the Renault. On the soft tyres 1:43.0 P10. Big Hairy Jock is P11 with the first of our runners for free tyre choice. He said a 1:43.4 on the medium tyres. Shredder 2017 in the Red Bull. The only other driver to set a time, that was a 1:43.5, and the two drivers that didn't set a time were, of course, BRL Phantom in the AlphaTauri because been in it at the top of the hill, and I am tweaking in the Ferrari because of a quali ban. Yes.
Hey guys, have I politely?
Audio. Let's go 5. Okay, so just waiting for our drivers to make their final preparations before this Belgian Grand Prix gets underway. Bull Guy Racing says, great qualifying, Dima.
Great qualifying to all of them. Rather close and a lot faster than what I'll be able to do tonight, that's for sure.
As Larson Fan has readied up. So
that's quite quick.
That was a very quick ready up. Sprightly, welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you this evening?
Oh, the British person that ditched us for America. I love how, like, every time you'll get, like, people that are in the race after turn up in the race before to see if they can learn anything. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, to be fair. So, formation lap, of course, for those that are new here. It is a one-stop strategy, of course. It is a soft to medium. Predicted stop for the soft tyres is between lap 8 and 9. And then mediums the rest of the way.
I don't have Shredder. Shredder in the race?
The one recently played with, yeah.
Back to it, menu.
So, after qualifying, who is the team you're most impressed at? For me, it's got to be McLaren, P2, P3. An incredible qualifying from the Woking-based team there.
Yeah, McLaren did pretty well. I think Renault have done pretty decent. Nice little spots there to lock people in and out of where they do and don't want to be. So they haven't done too bad in a way. Recently played with. I'm trying. Oh, B-Dunk is in chat as well. Apparently I've not recently played with anyone.
Okay, I will try it as it's the formation.
No, I have found it. It just needed a reset. Shredder invite to. Alright, I'm gonna have to add him as a friend and then invite him that way.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be working, unfortunately.
Invite friend.
But Money Hustard is starting to back the pack up as they are at Stavelot for the start of this Belgian Grand Prix.
There you go.
As Larson Fan and Tito have managed to get disqualified, so that's fun.
Some dude, I don't know, some dude that just sends me setups every week.
Quite a lot of weaving going on from Money. Not really what you want to do on the soft tyres. As we know, the wear is rather high for them tyres.
A dude in training. I call everyone dude, so it doesn't matter whether it's a dude or a dudette. Everyone gets called a dude by me.
So, Big Hairy Jock, Shredder 2017 and Iron Tweaking opting to start on the medium compound for this race.
Yeah, the ultimate strategy, I mean, it's worked for a lot of people so far this week, and it will probably continue to work for a lot of people going forward.
Camera angles?
Yeah, I've got a side view of Money at the moment.
I've got a very long camera angle from P4, from what looks like the apex of La Source, so we're just waiting for... I don't know. Here we go. 5 red lights are out, and we are off for Tier 5 here at Belgium. And it's a very good start from Marlon, trying to go around the outside of La Source on the Money Hustard, squeezed out of the overtake though. Money Hustard still leads out of turn 1, up towards the hill now. We've got an overtake, that's Ronnie on Kieran at the back there. It seems that we are through cleanly. Science is still 10th. He's got Phantom for very close company behind.
Phantom tweaking both up to Shredder down 1 and Hairy Jock
down 1. Contact!
That is Phantom's fault in my opinion.
Yeah, Phantom went for the overtake on TES Science, and there is a Red Bull all over the place at the back. Tweaking up to 11th. Very good start from the guy that had a qualifying ban. Currently P11, half a second behind TES Science, right on board with the Ferrari driver now as he goes through Pouon. It's a lot more comfortable than Science at the moment.
Yeah, Shifts is really starting to struggle down 4 positions from the start, and he's really going wheel to wheel and quite literally elbows out with Larson Fan.
The Racing Point has got it done.
Yeah, there was a lot of tyre bashing there.
So Kieran losing a position to Ronnie is not going to be happy. The now predicted pit stop strategy is a soft hard. So
Shifts and Caveman just tyre bashing, the same as Shifts and Larson Van. However, Science is up a place, starting to make use of those places now.
It's now all gone to pop, because we have the lovely timing glitch as BRL Phantom is in the pits. Let's put the track map back on. And Shredder is a long way behind. Science behind his teammate currently, with Tito for very close company. He's back in the slipstream. Science trying to decide where to go. He's sticking with the inside line, and that's easy enough to defend for now.
Yeah, this is a bit of a redemption drive for Science. 2 DNFs in a row, unfortunately. Hasn't been his best form, if I must say so. But hopefully he can bring home a decent amount of points tonight, and like I said, maybe put some space on Ronnie. If not, Ronnie could put some space on him. Either which way, it'll still keep inside a gap that he can always attack from in the coming weeks.
I believe everything is back to normal as BRL Phantom is back out on the track on the hard tyres. Big Hairy Jock and Tweaking extremely close, both on the same strategy, of course.
I will tell you if Tweaking has damage in a moment.
Couldn't see any damage on that Ferrari from that camera angle. They are side by side though. Big Hairy Jock is into P11. There is some damage to that Ferrari, I believe.
Yeah, left end
Can't
plate.
quite see.
Front
Yeah,
left end plate is missing. Into the pits for possibly a set of hards.
Yeah, it would be hard tyres at this point. Let's jump on board with the battle for 5th place though. We have Kieran Evans 964, Hungry Caveman 23 and Larson Fan all jostling for position as they go up the hill. Right on board with Larson Fan for this part of the race.
I mean, we know it's possible to take hards to the end from here, but will they be competitive till the end from here?
That is the main question really, isn't it? So we have 2 drivers on the hard tyres now, Tweaking and Phantom. As it's fair to say, Money Hustard, the guy we are riding with now in the Ferrari, has checked out front. 1.6 second gap, and it's getting bigger. Ronnie is trying to close down LDR Redeemer in that Papaya McLaren. Let's see what the Racing Point driver can do. So 2 Racing Points in a pretty feisty battle at this stage. Lap 3 of 22, still a long way to go here at Spa, and if we know Spa, which I'm sure we all do, it's prone for some interesting weather.
Oh, I mean, watching it go wet now would be brilliant. I do love a wet race at Spa. Everyone kind of starts to worry, they shake their hands a little bit and they're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And then it just becomes a question of who can keep it in a straight line. And I mean, if I'm not mistaken, assists allowed here are medium traction, so I mean a few drivers that are on no traction could easily turn it up to medium. And just find a bit more traction out of the corners at the cost of power.
What you're promoting there is cheating though.
Well, it's only changing your assists that you usually run. I mean, if it's wet, I'll definitely be running medium traction.
Larson is all over the back of Kieran Evans. Kieran is making that pass as wide as possible. Will the Racing Point driver get it done under braking? No, he won't. Kieran stays ahead into the Lacombe chicane. Good defending there from the Haas driver.
Just got a very easy pass on TS signs. Under DRS, I mean, the Camel Straight is ridiculously long for a DRS straight. So
it is.
It was a pretty easy move. Because as soon as you get within that 1/10 at the start, and you open your DRS, you can have the move done about halfway down the straight.
Ronnie
kind of like
past Redeemer.
Kind of like the first 2 straights at Hungary, where if you make the move on the first straight, you still have DRS in the second.
Yeah, double DRS. So Redeemer now down to 4th, Ronnie up to 3rd, Marlon now 2 seconds behind Money Hustard, and that gap is just getting bigger and bigger. As I said earlier, would you be looking at the undercut possibly if you were Marlon?
I mean, I don't really know the tyre strategy too well here, but I mean, this game does love a good undercut, so if I was Marlon, knowing this game loves an undercut, I'd probably give one a shot. Worst case scenario, you come back out second and you stay second, which is always good for points.
It is. Big Hairy Jock, currently P11, where we qualified, on the medium tyre, up against TES Science on the run down towards Eau Rouge and Radion, and of course the Camel Straight. Larson Fan picks up a 3-second time penalty, which could be crucial come the end of the race.
However, has made a move on Kieran Evans. Again, Camel Straight, DRS, quite easy.
Same can be said for the overtake from Big Hairy Jock on TES Science. That's P10 now for the Alfa Romeo driver, and I have no intervals, so I have no idea what the gaps are like.
The only intervals I've got are Phantom and Tweaking, which is Phantom is 1.8 behind TS Signs, now up to 1.9, and Tweaking is 1.4 behind Phantom, allegedly.
So hopefully when we get to the Sector 3 interval, we will get our intervals back. Yeah, tweaking with a 3-second time penalty. And we don't have our intervals back.
That's a negative, boss. Maybe the start-finish line.
Quite possibly. So the closest battle, from what I'm looking at on the track map, is currently Kieran Evans and Larson Fan. Of course, Larson Fan with that 3-second time penalty, which, as stated earlier, could be crucial come the end of the race, especially if there's a safety car. It's Spa, anything can happen. Don't be shocked if we do see a safety car, as Tweaking gets
Shredder's
fast
DNF.
and Shredders has DNF. Let's jump on board with Phantom. That is one mangled Red Bull.
And it's a VSC, so anyone that's jumping into the pits right now, also known as Tito, could have actually played this really well. Mediums should go from here, right?
Well, it'd be a push, but you might as well take the risk. DRS has been enabled again, so we are back up to racing speed. Our intervals are back. Jump on board with the Alfa Romeo of Hungry Caveman. Stays behind Redeemer for now.
It'll be interesting to keep an eye on that Williams of Tito, because if he's pulled or whirled it here,
We'll put
could
the
make for
gap
some
to
interesting.
the leader on. And Tito is outside the pit window. So Money would come out P10 if he was to pit now.
Yeah, but the gap would be close. What's the pit here? Like 23 seconds, 24 seconds?
Probably more nearer 25, I'm not too sure, I can't remember.
It's been a minute since we raced it.
Yeah, it's a slow entry and a slow exit, of course. So still
yeah,
on board with this fight of Hungry Caveman Redeemer and Larson Fan coming into the mix now. Got a nice VSC restart to pull away from Kieran in the Haas. But Hungry Caveman is all over the back and has slammed into the rear of Redeemer. That's not...
And it
brakes
was
were invented
damaged.
for something. Was
No,
there
it
damage?
hasn't. No. From the original angle I was given, the end plate was missing, and then as the camera changed over, the end plate reappeared. Gotta love Cody's. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Great game. Great game. So,
I mean,
Hungry
it's
Caveman
a lot better than the last one, but the bugs are just there.
has got DRS, but not much ERS. I don't think this straight is going to be long enough to make a move, is it? He is going for it. Can't get it done. Good defending from Redeemer in the McLaren. 2.5 seconds now, that gap out front for Money Hustard.
It's a big lockup from Redeemer into the long right-hander that is the hairpin that I cannot remember the name of. Does it even have a name?
It does have a name, but I honestly can't remember it. So, poo on now. Caveman still behind Redeemer. Washed out a little wide there due to the dirty air. Still sticking with that McLaren though, but Larson Fan is... Oh, 3-second time penalty for Marlon. And it is now 3 seconds between himself and Money Hustard. Lap 7 of 22 here at Belgium. And the closest battle we have at the moment is the battle for P4. Let's see what the Alfa Romeo driver can do.
What lap did the softs drop off round here? 7, 8, something like that?
Oh, Caveman's boxed. Caveman has boxed.
So has Marlon.
So I assume
And
mediums.
so has Sainz.
It is medium tyres for the McLaren. What is it for Caveman? It is also mediums, and I expect Sainz for mediums. Yes, it is.
Yeah, mediums, a lot of them would make sense from here. I wouldn't be surprised if the top 6 all box quite soon for the medium tyres as well.
tweaking with the fastest lap of the race so far. But these mediums should, in theory, be a lot quicker than them hards. Kingston 21, welcome to the stream. Hope you've had a good day, good night, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Breakout Racing League. On board with Big Hairy Jock at the moment, who will inherit the lead. But Larson fan all over the back of Redeemer now. As Redeemer locks up yet again. Tito says hello with a 3-second time penalty.
That's brilliant. Tito says hello with a 3-second time penalty. It's just like, hi, holding a 3-second time penalty in your hand. That's great. I love it. Sorry, just the small things that make me giggle. Just to say that Shifts is very much on the back of Kieran Evans. That gap has quickly decreased over the past couple turns.
As Money is in, Ronnie is in, Redeemer is in, Larson is in, Kieran stays out, Shifts comes in.
Kingston from Portugal, the home of Portimao. We're not too far from you then, being British.
Well, we are.
In comparison to America,
Money Hustler's come up third. What an incredible stint from the Ferrari driver of Money Hustler. He is net P1 because, of course, Big Hairy Jock and Kieran still have to box. And that gap between Marlon and Money is bigger once again. Tito says hello. OMG, Ronnie and Hungry Caveman all in a battle here, of course. Tito pitted a lot earlier than these two, a couple of laps.
I mean, a lot of people would get confused here and say, oh yeah, they're on fresher tyres, but I mean, the mediums take about 2 laps to switch on, so Tito should actually, in theory, start catching. Whereas like the softs are pretty much instantly usable. The mediums take a couple of laps and the hards take basically forever to start finding time. So, I mean, he's in a pretty decent spot.
Yes, he is, but in an even better spot is Money Hustler, who's now only 1.2 seconds away from Big Hairy Jock on brand new mediums.
The other thing as well is TS Signs is catching Phantom.
Yep, brand new medium tyres compared to 6-lap-old hard tyres. On board with Money Hustler because I feel there's going to be an overtake down the Kemmel Straight. Not much ERS in comparison to Big Hairy Jock, but very nice for Rouge and Radion. DRS, that rear wing pops open, and the overspeed Rich Mix wasn't enough. Big Hairy Jock stays in the lead for the time being. 5.7 seconds between Money and Marlon. That is a big gap. As
and increasing too.
Yeah, as Larson fan gets past Shifts for P8. Shifts won't mind that, as he knows Larson has a time penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I said it the other night, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with it again, is if you stay out of penalties here, you're in for a chance of jumping positions, because, I mean, at a track like this, where it's quite easy to keep close to someone, it's very easy to find a position under penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. As Money Hustler all over the back of Big Hairy Jock. This is the battle for the race lead, although Money Hustler is the net leader.
Yeah, well, I mean, would you fight here, or would you just stay behind him? If he goes into the pits, he goes into the pits, but if he doesn't and stays out another lap, are you looking to just snip that DRS?
I wouldn't. He's not going to pit until about lap 15, I reckon, Dom, because these medium tyres can last a relatively long time. Redeemer with a 3-second time penalty. Ronnie with a 3-second time penalty. So, The time penalties are starting to creep up now. And it's only a matter of time before this Ferrari gets past Big Hairy Jock as Larson sets the fastest lap with a 1:45.726 in his Alfa Romeo. He's already pulled alongside, and it's done. Money Hustard back into the lead of this Grand Prix.
Mixed down to 2, cool the engine, takeaway.
Let's see if Larson fan goes for the overtake on Redeemer. Redeemer staying very defensive. Later on the brakes, bit of contact. Ooh, that was a bit of an aggressive overtake there from Larson. Not sure Redeemer will be happy because now Shifts is in a perfect position. Just 0.3 of a second behind that McLaren as he picks up a 3-second time penalty as I say that. Nice. Kieran has come out in P11. Of course, with no penalties, so he's on for a good position here. Hungry Caveman as well.
I'll tell you now. Penalties.
We don't need to know the penalties, it's fine. It ruins
He'll
it.
definitely
it
jump tweaking.
Ruins the... Yeah, he definitely will. So, Hungry Caveman still fighting with Tito. This seems to have gone on for most of the race by the looks of things. As Big Hairy Jock starts his 11th lap on these tyres. Larson fan with another 3-second time penalty. That is crucial.
Yeah, so as standing...
Somehow Tito has picked up a penalty at turn 1. That takes skill, to be fair. Well done there. Hungry Caveman half a second behind the Williams and has lost it. That's going to be a safety car. That is a huge impact for Hungry Caveman.
Virtual safety car.
It's only a virtual, which is...
useless?
Yeah, you would have thought that would be a full safety car, considering where that car is.
I mean, don't they red flag a session if the car goes off there? Because of the pace at which they hit the wall?
Quite possibly, it all depends on the G's of the impact as well. So, we are under VSC regulations, which means the drivers have to decrease their speed by 40%, and obviously no overtaking until the green flags.
Yeah, it's portrayed a different way in this game though, because usually it's... you've got to hit like a certain time in your lap. So, say for instance they say, oh yeah, you've got to take 1 minute to get from the start of the race.
Drive through penalty for Shift. He's speeding under the virtual safety car. That is not what the Renault needed, and he's binned it.
Oh. So he needs a fresh wing, possibly. I haven't seen the damage yet.
No
Looks
way.
like a fresh new wing.
Definitely needs a new wing.
Needs a whole new car if he carries on that way. Needs to cool his tyres down, get a new wing on. And then do his drive-through. That is not going to end with points.
Unfortunately not for the Renault driver. That was a massive impact for Shifts, and an even bigger one for Hungry Caveman. Kieran has got past. Tito says hello. As Tito is in the pit lane. And now Kieran is on the back of tweaking on a much better tyre compound. Right on board with Ferrari and look back just to look at the speed difference with DRS open. Gets so close to the rear wing of that Ferrari, but can't do anything this lap.
Yeah, Shifts, I believe, has retired in the pit lane. Counting losses.
Yes, he has. So Phantom is on the back of Tito says hello. Of course, clearing his drive-through. I'd imagine he had a drive-through, that's why he was in the pits. Now down in 9th place.
If you give me a moment, I will be able to tell you. Who was it? Did you say Phantom?
Tito.
Tito had
3-second time penalty for Kieran. So everyone bar Money Husted has a time penalty now. And speaking of Money Husted, just sets the fastest lap with a 1:45.670.
It hasn't come through on mine that he has had a penalty. Never mind, he did have a drive-through, speeding under VSC.
Still on board with Kieran and Tweakin. This is the battle for 7th place. And you feel that Kieran will be able to get this done relatively quickly down the Kemmel Straight.
Phantom looking to make a move on Tito momentarily out on the Camel Straight.
Here goes Kieran side by side, and it is done. Phantom and
wow.
Tito extremely close, just about a car's width left there for Phantom to squeeze that Alpha Tauri through. And Marlon has caught up to the back of Big Hairy Jock now to promote himself back into P2 of this race. Another 3-second time penalty for Tito. It's not his day at the moment, is it?
No, and this does actually give Sainz a little bit of hope, because being 2.7 behind Tito, with the possibility of, you know, jumping that spot, being only 6 seconds on penalty difference. I mean, as long as Sainz keeps out of the penalties from now on, he should be alright.
Yeah, you'd imagine so, as Big Hairy Jock is in the pit lane for what everyone would assume is a set of soft tyres. Tyres are there, and they are the red striped tyre, so softs for the Alfa Romeo. Phantom and Tito still extremely close to each other. This is allowing Sainz to come back into this. And this is the closest battle on track. No, it's not, because Big Hairy Jock 0.8 of a second behind Kieran on them brand new soft tyres, so he is going to be absolutely flying once they're up to temperature. And Sainz with another 3-second time penalty, and we go on board with him just as he cuts the top of the hill. But he did slow down. Tito says hello, cannot get past BRL Phantom. Phantom holds on for another lap. Now Jock is going to have a massive tyre advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, 4 lap in front of him, he's got 4 lap old mediums and then 11 lap old hards. If he can get past Kieran within the next, say, half a lap, he is very much on
that Haas well though.
I mean, he is. This isn't really an overtaking zone in a way. It's possible, but it's not frowned upon. It's just a lot harder to do so than you think. And with Kieran placing that Haas the same size as a TES signed spin, the same size as a tugboat, it's a lot harder to get around than you think.
He did get ahead just before Blanchimont, but is Kieran going to come back into the bus stop chicane? Yes, he is. They are side by side. Oh, as Big Hairy Jock goes a bit deep. And the Haas is back ahead. Back up
but
into
this
P7.
will also allow for DRS out of Radial.
Yes, it will. The detection zone is right here. Right on board with the Alfa Romeo driver. Another penalty for Tito says hello.
There you go, he starts picking up pace now.
should be easily done. Yes, it is. Tito says hello, and BRL Phantom still battling it out down the Kemmel Straight. But once again, Phantom placing that AlphaTauri well. 6 seconds, the gap out in front, and we are focusing on the midfield battles the majority of this race because Money Hustard has just checked out with this Belgian Grand Prix. Lap 16 of 22.
Yeah, I mean, we commented on tier, what was it, tier 3 the other night? No, tier 4 the other night. And I also watched tier, it was that one where No Limit just absolutely sent it on the mediums. Came out on the mediums a little bit later and just, I mean, he wasn't out the front so he didn't quite check out, but he was on fire for many, many laps.
That was Kieran just about sticking with Big Hairy Jock. Lock up from Phantom is allowing Tito to get a bit closer. He has saved his ERS relatively well as the Williams driver. Racing Point in a comfy P3, P4 at the moment. Lap 17 of 22, and you can see the gap on the right hand side of your screens on the track map of just how big that gap between Money Hustard and Marlon is.
Well, I mean, Money Hustard's about to end P1. He has, and tweaking. Marlon has just entered it, so that is a considerable time difference.
It really is. So, we'll give you a quick rundown. Money Hustard is currently P1. Kieran Evans picks up another 3-second time penalty. P2 is Marlon Kanga. OMG Ronnie in P3. And P4 is his teammate in the Racing Point. They are on for some very good points at the moment. Is that Racing Point team?
Yeah, the McLaren's on for a pretty decent amount of points here. And if I can remember which of my... Nope, Discord closed it, apparently.
Money Hustard with a 1:45.080. He's just getting quicker and quicker. 7.4 seconds, the gap to Marlon in P2. An incredible performance from the Ferrari driver. We are on lap 18 of 22. There are 5 laps to go here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah, I mean, with Ferrari doing as well as they... Oh, who is that? That's not even...
That's Larson fan. Damage to that Racing Point front wing. Tweaking is about to overtake. Ooh, Larson done want to get out of the way there. That's not what Larson would have wanted. They were on for some very, very good points. Racing Point this weekend. I say weekend, it's a Monday. But you get what I mean, everyone. 37 viewers, welcome all to the stream. Welcome to Breakout Racing League Tier 5 Belgian Grand Prix, as Larson is just staying well out the way of everyone. That's not what he really wanted to happen, as Tito and Phantom are still ridiculously close to each other.
I mean, it shows the level of driving between those two. I mean, since they've been that close, Tito has tried everything in his power to get past, and Phantom has just been clean enough to keep it that little bit ahead. But I mean, Big Hairy Jock is really starting to close the time down to tweaking. Lap after lap, it's a couple of tenths here, a couple of tenths there every lap, but I mean, they all add up, right?
They do. They really do, as Kieran's somehow staying with Big Hairy Jock on 7-lap-old mediums. So credit where credit is due for the Haas driver. I'll stay on board with Jock for now. And 1.2 away
But yeah, so McLaren won't be able to pass Ferrari tonight if Ferrari stay in the positions they're in. Because, I mean, Money Hustle will get the 25, Tweaking will get God knows how many.
10 points for 5th, Dom. Come on, man.
I don't do points, I'm usually outside of the points, so, I mean, I don't count points. I just count the times I'm in it. Yeah, so I mean, there's 35 points, no, 35 points there. I'm not sure who has fastest lap.
That would be the Ferrari of Money. So make that 36 points.
Larson fan has binned it at
we have another
again.
virtual safety car. And that is a DNF for Larson fan 5, not the race he was hoping for. So whilst we've got a bit of a dull phase of the race, those of you that are new here and are watching BRL for the first time, don't forget to hit that follow button for weekly racing, and it is a jam-packed schedule here at BRL, so you will never be bored. So Kieran's got a very good jump from that virtual safety car. So is Tito, though. He's literally pushing Phantom 3 Blanchimon.
Yeah, I mean, virtual safety cars are a weird one. Whereas under a regular safety car, it really is based on the first driver. The front driver, the guy behind the safety car, is usually the guy that gets the pull away and gets the gap. Whereas under a virtual safety car, I mean, if you can trust yourself, you really can get a pretty hefty jump on the other drivers. Because some people like to keep it a second underneath the delta. If you're willing to push it and keep a tenth to the point where if that safety car comes in and you're slightly too fast in a corner, you could get a drive-through. I mean, you can get a hefty jump on some drivers.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to ask you, if you were TES Science, would you box for the softs? But apparently I can communicate telepathically with him. On the other side of the world, he has boxed for the soft tyres to try and steal that fastest lap off of Ferrari.
It'll give him a confidence boost for sure, and I mean, it'll make the party a little bit more bearable when we go back in after this race. But better late than never. Yeah, I suppose. Is it enough to stop the burning? Probably not. It's gonna be sore, and it's gonna hurt for a little bit, and he's probably gonna have to recover before his next race. But I mean, an extra point in the driver's title, yeah, that'll help. Will it help Renault? More than likely not tonight, unfortunately.
Cheers.
Because his teammate is out of the race and Ronnie is on fire up in P3 due to save
come
there.
down from Marlon due to the virtual safety car restart. We are on lap 21 of 22, the penultimate lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen. And it hasn't been the most entertaining, but it has been one of those weird Belgian races that you often get, as Tito gets another 30-second time penalty.
It was Portimao from yesterday.
It was. It was. But here comes Tito. Is he going to get past Phantom? No, he's not. Once again, this is the closest battle we have on track. Oh, Tito's done very well to hold that. And has now lost all that time to Phantom ahead.
I can confirm that he is going for that fastest, that Sainz is going for that fastest lap. His race engineer has asked me what the fastest lap of the race is.
It's a 1:45.080, Sainz, if you're listening.
So I have sent him a picture, because he also asked what time Tito was from him and what penalties he had. Tito has 15 seconds worth of penalties.
Money, that's the new fastest lap, 1:44.7 on the penultimate lap of the race. So we're on board with Money Hustler now, and his tyres look absolutely perfect. Big Hairy Jock is on the back of I Am Tweaking in the Ferrari. Will he be able to get past? Doesn't have much ERS compared to Tweaking. We'll stay on board with this battle for now though. Takes a lot of inside curb at the source, and that's cost him, and he's had a moment of oversteer on the exit and has lost that DRS. So back to Phantom and Tito, it seems. Yeah, let's ban him.
Oh, did we miss something? Did someone come in?
Wait, we had a wanna become famous in the chat. So.
Oh, yeah. Rip.
So, on board with TES Science. Let's see if he can get that extra point for the fastest lap. He will be able to do it again. Into overtake now. Not this time. But we'll jump on board with Money Husted, who has led this Grand Prix from start to finish, essentially, apart from the pit stop phase. But he's led probably about 90% of this race. He's coming up to the bus stop chicane now. And Money Husted for Ferrari takes victory here at Spa. P2 will go to the McLaren of Marlon Kanga. And Ronnie coming round the final couple of corners now in the Racing Point will round out our podium. It is P3 for OMG Ronnie 18. Redeemer in P4. I'm sure he'll take that. Tweaking does stay ahead of Jock for now, but will he get him on penalties? No, he won't. Jock finishes P6. Kieran Evans P7. BRL Phantom will take P8. Tito says hello will take P9. And we'll just wait the 30 or so seconds for TES Science to finish. And then that will be everyone finished for this race. We have lost 4 drivers. Larson Fan 5 for Racing Point. Shifts in the second Renault. Hungry Caveman 23 for Alfa Romeo. And Shredder 2017 in the Red Bull all DNF. Science comes round Blanchimont now into the bus stop chicane. You tried to get down the gears a bit quicker there, buddy, but it's alright. Blast to the line. Will he take the fastest lap? No, I don't think he did. I don't think Science did, but Science does finish P10. It is points after all. And Tweaking, driver of the day. From me, it was going to one of the Ferraris, to be honest. But that is tier 5 for Breakout Racing League. That was round 11 at Circuit de Francorchamps. We will take you through the final standings now. And the game loads, of course. Money Husted in the Ferrari, 1 stop, started pole, finished first. Incredible race from him, and takes the fastest lap with a 1:44.771. P2 goes to Marlon Kanga in the McLaren, and OMG Ronnie 18 for Racing Point rounds off the podium. P4 is LDR Redeemer in the second McLaren, and P5 incredible drive from the back of the grid for I Am Tweaking in that second Ferrari. Alfa Romeo pick up 8 points with Big Hairy Jock. P7 is Kieran Evans, 964 in the Haas. P8 for AlphaTauri is BRL Phantom. Tito says hello in the Williams is P9. And TES Science rounds out the point scorers and our finishers this evening in P10 for Renault. P11 that was Larson Fan 5. P12 Shifts, P13 Hungry Caveman, and P14 Shredder 2017. Of course, all DNFing. What a fantastic race that was, then, Dom. Just talk us through what you thought of that.
It was a great race, clean from quite a few drivers, actually. I mean, Money Husted got out the front, stayed out the front, switched the tyres, had to get past, I think, 1 driver, and then everyone else in front of him boxed, and after that, it was just take it away and checked out, and the race was then Money's all day long. Good result from the McLaren drivers for sure. And and to Ronnie for being the only finishing racing point and on the podium as well, and bridging that gap to the to I believe it was TRL Stig and TS Signs, who when they started this race were all joint, I believe 13th in the standings. So yeah, very well done to all of them. And it was kind of like Portimao on Sunday. Not much really happened, but when it did, it was exciting for sure.
Yeah, so I will let you carry on to speak to our third place driver, OMG Ronnie 18, for the Racing Point Formula One team.
Yeah, first of all, Ronnie, could you please make sure your audio is included? Thank you. Second of all, what a race. Talk us through it. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a guaranteed one stop for you today. And for many drivers, what sort of prompted you to take? Because I believe you took the soft mediums. What prompted you to take that over the medium soft strategy?
I just want to butt in quickly. Apparently there's no voice for the interview. Who from Phantom? Someone hasn't included their audio. Someone hasn't included their audio. Okay, so yeah, just guys, if you can double check that your audio is included, so the viewers can hear the podium interviews. Yeah, if you can, please, buddy.
Yeah, my audio is included.
Awesome, cheers, money. Go to the party and then include audio.
That's all right. Yep.
From the top.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Yeah, hey, my first time.
It's
So,
his
there we
first
go.
time up here, guys.
That's how good it is for me. That's how good it feels. Oh, so relieving. It's been, I don't know, I started in October, early October, and I've been going since then pretty well. Been to every race besides one or two, and I've been in the position to get first, second, and third place, but I've crashed on my own every single time. It's just not focused enough, but this one finally came through for me. Yeah. Feels great. Oh,
Stop it,
feels
you're making
great.
me blush.
Jeez.
Obviously, it is your first podium, but you did state that you've been in the positions to get podiums and race wins in the past. Do you see yourself as no longer the Nico Hulkenberg of BRL?
Honestly, yes. I thought I was cursed. I've been in the positions and just in my own head, I'd just crash on my own or lose the position on my own. So yeah, definitely the Nico Hulkenberg effect is now broken. So now I can continue to start getting podiums.
Yeah, well, of course, myself and Dom the Noodle wish you the very best of luck in the remainder of the season, and hopefully this is the first of many podiums in your BRL racing career. We move on to our race winner, Money Hustard, the Ferrari driver. Oh, where to begin? What an incredible race. Just talk us through it to begin with, please.
Yeah, thank you. So this week I was able to get in some practice. I was able to take the fight to Marlon. He had the last 2 race wins, so I was able to find time outside of doing some of my classes to put in some time and time trial and race practice. So I knew it was going to be fraught with penalties this race. So I did about 2 full simulation races and was just putting in the time, trying to not get any warnings. So start off with quali. It's a lot slower here than in time trial. I feel like around doing quali here.
It is.
Even with
time trial is a bit buffed.
Yeah,
So...
even with equal performance. So I was about a half second back from my best TT. First lap was pretty solid. I think I did a 42.4, and then I did a 42 flat or 41.9 something. And then I know Marlon went to softs because Tweak was kind of being my engineer through quali since he had his quali ban. So the last lap I was actually, I don't know if you guys were on board with me. I invalidated, so I stayed out. I had enough fuel to stay out. So I put a second lap on him, and I was actually about 0.2 quicker. But since I was behind Marlon, they told me he went to the pits, so I didn't complete that lap. So started on pole. I brought some extra fuel, brought about a 0.4 laps to half tank or half a lap extra fuel because I just knew I was going to burn it all in the first 3 laps. And that's what I did. I burned it all, burned some ERS. And I just knew once I got out of Marlon's 1 second, I'd be able to keep him there. So good race for him. He kept me on my toes. And then we had a little bit of a battle for fastest lap at the end. I was a 45 flat, and then I recharged for 2 laps and I did 47.3. And I think his fastest lap, he did 45 flat at the end. Because that last lap, he was catching me. I didn't have any battery left. And quite frankly, I just wanted to keep the car on the road that last lap. But yeah, once I saw him get a penalty, it was really just bringing the car home.
Yeah, it was an incredible drive. And we stated earlier on in the broadcast that it seemed easy. You managed to pull the gap out early, and the only driver to finish with no penalties as well was a massive feat in itself, so well done there. Did you have any worries coming into Spa?
Yeah, I was worried about Marlon, definitely. He won the last 2 races. Even though I'm the championship leader, can't get complacent, man. Pretty sure I'm gonna miss 2 races at the end of the season. I'll miss I think Singapore and Japan. So if I want to have a chance at winning, I got to get a bit of a buffer going into those races. So got next week's Italy. So maybe I can find time to put some practice in for that. But I got finals week next week, so it'll be interesting. We'll see.
Well, luckily for you, we go into a break week here at BRL now, so there's no race next Monday for yourself. It is in
That's
2
great.
weeks' time. How are you feeling? Of course, a Ferrari driver going to the Temple of Speed. How are you feeling going into Monza?
I would say just like Italy's probably my quickest track. I think I'm quicker at Italy than here, even though both of them are. These 2, Austria and Russia, are probably in USA. It's probably my top 5 tracks. I put Italy up at the top. I've had some really good races there recently, so hopefully I can pull through, especially having that week off from college.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. I don't have any further questions. Dom, anything you'd like to ask?
Yeah, that was the plan. Like I said, I think the key to that is just doing race simulations. So I did 2 full races coming into this on top of a lot of time trials. So I think when you do that and you do 2 full race simulations, you kind of learn how to balance that pace and keeping it between the white lines. I did have 2 warnings. I got the second one around lap, I want to say 11, so I went the second half without a warning, but it's always comforting knowing that Marlon had one. It kind of allowed me to lean towards the safer side. I think once I knew I had about a second and a half gap, I felt pretty comfortable. Before then, even when there's a few laps where I broke, I was greater than 1 second, but I was still less than 2 seconds. And there, it's still a little iffy. You can make mistakes. Maybe Marlon puts in some really quick laps, but I guess really once I got above 2 seconds, I felt pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dom. Yeah, once again, massive congratulations, Money. And that is all we have time for, because we have to prep for our next race in just over 30 minutes' time. It is the Tier 6 race. Once again at Spa with Num1 FinFan 72. And I'm afraid, guys, you're stuck with me again, TES Leclerc. Of course, if you have enjoyed all the racing that BRL offer, be sure to go check out the Discord, follow that Twitch, and if you really enjoy it, please consider subscribing to the Breakout Racing League. It will help the league go a long, long way, I can promise you that. But from Dom the Noodle and myself, TES Leclerc, take care, everyone, and goodbye for now.